Now, back to some of our main stories, and back in January I presented this show, you might remember, from inside Bournemouth Hospital. We talked about winter pressures, but also about the changes coming to the NHS and the way it works in Dorset. And at a meeting of the Council's Health Scrutiny Committee, they could be throwing a huge spanner in the works today. Campaigners fighting the changes will outline their concerns in the hope of stopping the plans, and a group of councillors will be looking at whether to refer the plans to close Poole A&E and make Bournemouth Hospital the main emergency care hub, by the way, referring it to the Health Secretary. Now, the plans have been challenged in the High Court, and the result of that judicial review are expected in the next couple of weeks. Joining me now is campaigner Giovanna Lewis from Defend Dorset NHS. Giovanna, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for coming on the show. I mean, sum up your main concerns about this whole reorganisation business and what you think it could mean.
Well, our main concerns are risk to Dorset residents in the closure of Poole Trauma A&E and Poole Specialist Maternity, and also the consequences of the significant bed closures that are planned as well.
And what was revealed about the risk to patients at the judicial review, and does that concern you?
Well, a few things really, but I mean, 2 points. We found that when the CCG claimed that their new plans would save 60 lives, they actually, when challenged, couldn't provide any evidence of that. So that was quite startling. And also, when they were asked to calculate risk for the court, they actually came up with their own figure of 396 people per year at risk of potential harm, which to us is not a minimal risk.
And are you hoping that, I mentioned earlier there that a group of councillors could put the spanner in the works today. Is that what you're hoping?
Well, you know, these councillors do have a statutory duty to make decisions in the best interests of the healthcare of Dorset residents. So we're hoping that our evidence today will make them decide to refer these up to the Secretary of State for referral, so that more experts can really look at these plans and scrutinise them on their behalf.
Giovanna, thank you very much for your time on this morning. And our Dorset political reporter Tristan Pascoe obviously has been following this story inch by inch. Tris, good morning. Why is this meeting today so significant?
Well, at the bottom of the whole raison d'etre of the Defend Dorset NHS campaign, can you hear me, Julian?
Yes, it's a bit carry on. I can hear you, just okay. Yes, carry on.
They basically want to stop this reorganisation, and especially the merger or the moving of A&E from Poole to Bournemouth. They say people's lives will be at risk by the increased travel times. They say the CCG misrepresented ambulance times data and indeed made misleading claims about the whole reorganisation. Now, today is the first time that evidence will be presented to this task and finish group of councillors. It's important because that group does have the power to recommend the Dorset Health Scrutiny Committee refers this up to the Secretary of State to look at again, as well as their concerns about the maternity movement and the bed closures. But central is this extra travel times. Now, Dorset County Councillor Ray Bryan is chair of this task and finish group. He said this meeting was an important part of the democratic process. He wanted the best for residents and told me it's certainly not a done deal.
I don't accept that it's a done deal. I believe that certain things in the recommendations will remain, but I'm hopeful that after listening to the views of the public, we will get some modifications done by the CCG that will appease those residents. Certainly I fully concur with the residents' concerns about the extra travelling times, because I have personal experience of delays of ambulances attending, and this needs to be dealt with by the CCG before any of these changes go into place. We have to make sure that the service we offer to the local residents is the best that money can buy, and that the residents' views are very clear and are heard by CCG.
That's Councillor Ray Bryan, chair of the Task and Finish Group, meeting campaigners today. And I ought to say this is all about, if everything moved to Bournemouth as a hub, the journey times, particularly from Purbeck and places like Poole, particularly busy times of the day. Now, we asked the Dorset CCG for their response. Tim Goodson sent us a comment, and I quote here, "The figures were based on national best practice guidance produced by Sir Bruce Keogh, the former NHS medical director." So I pass that on to you. It's 16 minutes to